You're fine.
All right, we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I know after a little bit of hiatus, we are back to finish episode 6. That way we can see what's next, which I'll let you guys know about at the end of the video. Tonight's going to be relatively short because we just have a lot of space explosions to go through. Maybe some lightsaber duels, maybe some more Ewoks action-y scenes. But yeah, we're going to wrap this trilogy up and then we'll move forward from there. So thank you for bearing with us. I'm sorry we started a little bit of late. There was several technical issues. So I'm going to let everybody know watching that we are currently running this entire stream through an iPhone hotspot. So that's super fun and super cool. So fingers crossed that this doesn't crash in the middle of it, right? Thank you. But everything looks like it's going good so far. So let's just jump in and hope that it continues. So we are going to start out in Act 4. So previously on Star Wars Shakespeare, Luke Skywalker has decided that he's going to try to save his father, and he turned himself in to go up to the Death Star, number 2, not number 1, RIP. Those are the drinking rules for tonight are anytime someone dies, should only be like maybe twice in this part. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And then the same ones as always, we've got anytime that R2-D2 has a monologue or a soliloquy. So once again, Sean, thank you for shouldering that burden for us. And anytime there's an overt Shakespeare reference. So enjoy your drink of choice. And we are going to start now. So we have Act 4, Scene 1. Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Wicket, Poplu, and several rebels.
The entrance to the bunker where the Death Star's shield control it is lies just beyond that landing platform. There. To get inside without revealing our intent shall not be easy.
Fear thou not. Chewbacca and myself have entered places that were far more heavily protected than this one. The tales I could relate at another time.
Na nuba nuba, we'va nuba noza waya yuba.
Ketcha, usa betcha, usa sara, necha.
Suki, nagoluki, na yusia, chibuki.
I prithee, 3PO, what doth he say?
'Tis news that shall delight, good princess, for it renders our assault yet easier. A secret entrance may be found along the other side of this great ridge.
'Tis well. So let us hence and find this hidden way.
A group of rebels and Ewoks walks to a new location.
What circumstance unlikely doth befall? A group of hardy rebels makes its way into a battle with the Empire vile. Such enterprise of pith and moment. Yet here are we by these furry creatures led. What unexpected allies. Aye, what strange but needed friends these noble scamps may prove. There is a saying back on Alderaan, or rather, should I say, there used to be, for now no sayings there are heard at all. There should for no one greater welcome be than one who is an unexpected guest. So do we welcome these small ones into our great and just rebellion, these who are both meek and full of childlike eagerness. Yet even as these words escape my lips, another thought unfolds itself to me. It is not we who welcome them, I err, for 'tis their moon, their home, their dwelling place. 'Tis surely they who kindly welcome us. 'Tis truly they to whom our thanks are due. To entertain that 'tis certain that they are far more brave than we. 'Tis verily their home for which they fight. But still thy tongue, the bunker now is near.
Thou hast a back door found, thy hairiness. 'Tis well. From furry mouths come good ideas.
Bachua, mego kajua, mego genem, bachua.
Enter several Imperial scouts near the bunker. Poplu walks towards them.
There are not many guards nearby. To gain the upper hand should not prove difficult.
And yet it needeth merely one sound to alarm, a loud alarm that brings the entire fleet.
Forsooth, then quiet like our moves shall be.
Nunca unka, paplu flunka. He's a ginam, bunka bunka.
Oh my! Good Princess Leia, I do fear our small preferred companion shall set on an errand rash.
All watch as Poplu approaches the scouts.
Aye, the little beast doth make his way into a certain death. Belike these guards shall blast him into bits.
And further, our surprise attack is gone. We may not have another chance as this.
Poplu suddenly boards a speeder bike and flies off into the distance.
Alack, that beast hath ta'en our speeder bike. We shall not let the imp steal from us too. So,
Let us fly hence and after him.
away.
Imperial Scouts 1, 2, and 3 mount their bikes and chase Poplu.
A clever ruse for one who is no more than a mere lump of matted fur. He hath succeeded in his plan, for now behold, just one is left. Remain here and wait for our swift return.
Though I am but a droid, my will is yet my own. I shall decide what course to take, and have decided it shall be better if R2 and myself in here.
Well considered, Goldenrod. Now let us go, my friends, and make our way into the bunker. Guard, what ho!
Han Solo approaches another Imperial Scout.
Thou knave, what treachery is this?
Imperial Scout 4 runs after Han Solo, but soon is surrounded by rebels.
Such treachery as shall an empire conquer. Now avaunt, thou scurvy servant of the empire's spite.
Good friends and rebels all, are you prepared? The moment is upon us even now. We shall the bunker enter sans delay, and what we'll find therein we do not know. Belike some danger grave doth wait inside, mayhap far worse than we ever imagine. Be ready, eyes alert, and open wide.
Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, and rebels enter the bunker. Several Imperial troops are inside, surprised by the rebels' entrance.
Pray mark me well, else all of you shall die. Move quickly to the side and let us in. Go, brave Chewbacca, guard these wayward souls.
Make haste, good Han. The fleet shall be in range anon.
Give me those charges, quick.
Enter more Imperial troops, commanders, and stormtroopers running into the bunker. C-3PO, still outside the bunker, sees them.
Oh my! They shall be captured. Misery! If only I could quickly warn them all.
Nita mua, migo tua, migo denim, papua.
Exit wicket in haste.
Where dost thou go? Come back, R2. Stay here with me, I pray. My joints and wires are burning with my terror and my fear. If thou dost leave, I surely shall melt down from all the dread that runs through me.
Although small, his brave protection shall I be. We cannot save the others, and may not e'en save ourselves, but I shall not, at least, desert C-3PO when he is afeard.
Be still, thou rebel scum!
Alas, how's this? The Empire knew our plan. Something's amiss.
Exeunt all, with Imperial troops subduing rebels. Scene 2. Inside the second Death Star. Enter 2 guards.
Oi, comrade, how art thou?
Quite well, my friend. Say, didst thou hear the news?
What news, pray tell?
It seemeth we have found Skywalker.
Aye? The lad for whom we have for ages searched, the one whom Darth Vader seems obsessed, the mighty boy of whom we've all been warned?
Indeed, the same. Thou knowest who I mean.
Where was he then?
Upon the moon.
Which moon?
The moon around which we do orbit now. In Endor?
Can it be? Our enemy, the greatest threat to the Empire's ever known, hath escaped our watch and is to Endor flown? How can that be? For do we not have guards identifying every ship that comes? Hath he fooled them to make his landing then?
Even so, Lord Vader hath returned with him.
Darth Vader brought him here.
Yes. Wherefore art thou so perplexed?
The rebel pilot, who hath single-handedly destroyed the first Death Star, is hither brought.
As prisoner?
as prisoner, that is better, but how came he then to be on Endor, say? And wherefore was he there, do we yet know?
How he hath landed there is yet beyond our knowing. He hath said he was alone.
And hath been believed?
Nay, we have not our senses quite forgot. Pray give our man an ounce of credit, lad. Our scouts do search for his accomplices even now.
'Tis well.
Forsooth, the Empire soon shall triumph.
But,
alas, my friend, what troubles thee? Why dost thou speak this but? Why but? What but?
hast thou read the description of the Endor moon?
I have, for we were ordered so to do.
Then thou hast heard about the creatures there?
Meanest thou the native population that was deemed insignificant?
Indeed. The full report hath said that they are armed.
But with such sticks and rocks as would not harm a womp rat, and much less an at-at, thou wilt not fear armies made of twigs. 'Tis true.
Perhaps, yet follow on. It seems that there are rebels on the forest moon, who now have hidden, and we know not where. What if these rebels were to meet the creatures? Band together, crush the bunker that controls the shield, that watch over air, the Death Star, then coordinate a winged assault which would destroy the battle station and still more deliver our dread Emperor and Lord Darth Vader unto the untimely deaths. Could not just such a chain of dire events defeat the Empire strong in one fell swoop?
Oh, thou shouldst not be a guard, my friend, for thou art suited for the life of fantasy. Thou shouldst a writer be of stories grand, wherein a group of men and simple beasts do overthrow an empire powerful. Oh, it doth break upon my sight, my friend. The ancient storyteller he who weaves his tales to bring delight to all who hear.
Thou mockest me.
Well noticed. Mark me now, thy fears all rest upon a tiny word. A word so small, it should not give thee cause to fret and worry so. That word is if. If there were rebels on the forest moon. If they did not meet with creatures and form a pact, if then they could our bunker strong destroy, if they had planned to strike our Death Star great, thine if itself the empire overthrows, but if knows little of reality. I tell thee true, if I had richer been, if I had been a politician's son, if I were raised in wealth and privilege, if I myself became most powerful, why then I would be emperor, not guard, but for the ifs.
Thy point is made, and I shall rest my ifs, and be at ease. Now if thou shalt come with me, we have both been called to rearrange the chairs upon the deck.
If thou shalt lead, I'll follow, worthy friend.
Exit. Enter Emperor Palpatine on balcony with royal guards.
Our age is but a constant grasp for power, a time when trust and honor are no more, and all is but a furious race till death. How doth a person make a life that's worth the living? Is't by love or ventures? Nay, the one who hath the greatest power prevails. The politicians grumble, scrape, and grab of fighting o'er their spheres of influence. The people cringe and whimper neath the loads placed on them by those in authority, and all in bleak timidity do cower when in the presence of their emperor. Oh, what a piece of work are we! I should find joy in our humanity, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? A galaxy of vermin searching for a crumb of what the best do eat, all ruled by those who have the appetite for power. For in a world of darkness, only those who serve the dark deserve to live and thrive. Let those naive and wayward souls who seek for justice, wisdom, honesty, and right endure such suffering as fits their weak and simple souls. Let those who love be made to witness their loved ones scream and shriek, and at the last forsake even those they love when tortured by the mighty hand of power. Let those who lurch and stumble toward the light discover, in the moments ere they die, the light they sought is but a blaster shot, lightsaber beam or lightning of the Sith, that shall their wretched life put to an end. And let the vile rebellion choke upon its own absurd and innocent ideals until each sickening, cursed, backward soul who e'er hath spoken in rebellion's name lies broken in the streets beneath my steps. Aye, let's kill all the rebels. It shall be, for my power is my slave, and I its god.
Enter Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on balcony.
I bid thee welcome, young Skywalker. Long have I awaited thee. Guards, leave us now.
Exit Royal Guards.
I do look forward to the moment when thy training shall completed be. In time thou shalt bow low and call me master.
Thou art gravely mistaken, for I am not dying to be converted, as thou in the past did turn my father.
Nay, my young apprentice, thou shalt find 'tis thou who art mistaken vis-a-vis so many things.
Darth Vader hands Luke's lightsaber to the Emperor.
His lightsaber I give to thee.
Indeed, the weapon of a Jedi Knight, much like thy father. Surely, boy, thou knowest well that never shall thy father turn be away from dark toward the good. So shall it be for thee.
Thou art wrong. Anon I shall be dead, and thou with me.
Be like thou speakest of the imminent attack that hath been planned by the fleet of rebel ships.
Alas, how can he know?
Aye, let me reassure thee we are safe. Hear from the foolish undertaking of thy wretched friends.
Thine overconfidence is thy great weakness.
And thy faith in thy base friends is thine.
It is pointless to resist, my son. Thou shalt be turned unto the dark, and then we three shall rule the galaxy.
Dost thou not see? All that hath happened doth proceed according to my grand design. Thy friends upon the sanctuary moon now walk into a trap that I shall spring. Thy rebel fleet as well. The snare is set to catch the pests and crush them twixt my fingers. Hast thou yet understood? 'Twas I who did allow thy bold alliance to find out the site of the shield generator. It is wholly safe from thy band, pitiful. I let thy spies believe they had revealed a secret great about this station. Yet 'twas I who leaked intelligence to them. So all the pieces would be perfectly arranged to strike rebellion down at last. A legion of my finest troops awaits their piteous attack. But oh, fear not, for fully operational the shield shall be when thy misguided friends arrive. With skill the players are all put in place. Much bloodshed and destruction shall they face.
Exit. Scene 3. Space and inside the second Death Star. In which the final battle shall be fought. The rebels put their trust to the Endor crew. Unless the shield is down, 'tis all for naught. Yet little do they know that plan hath failed, for Palpatine hath worked his great deceit. On Endor is the rebel crew assailed, which doth create disaster for the fleet. Enter Lando of Calrissian, Yenub, Admiral Akbar, Wedge Antilles, and other rebel pilots.
Great Admiral, we're in position now. Each rebel fighter is accounted for, and all are prepared for our attack.
Proceed then with the countdown in a snap.
Ngate, oha, beare uhare, muhare he, muha ere muke?
Nay, worry not, my strangely membered friend. My friend, the valiant Han, shall play his part and shall the shield disable in good time.
Imuchi bichumi.
Or this shall be the shortest onslaught we'll e'er attempt.
All groups assume attack coordinates, and craft prepare to jump to hyperspace when I have given the sign to make it happen.
The ships jump to hyperspace.
Now we approach the Death Star, Admiral. The moment hath arrived for us to strike, and win the day in grand rebellion's name. All wings, I prithee, make report.
'Tis I, Red Leader, standing by.
Grey Leader doth stand by.
'Tis I, Green Leader, standing by.
Now lock thine S-foils in attacking mode.
And may the Force be with us in this scrap.
Like thee, dear friends, I have observer been of all of this great rebellion for a time, and yet I have also been participant, and fortunate enough to keep my life, even when the full many others have expired. The first grave Death Star battle I did see, all ships but Luke's and mine were cruelly wrecked. I dwelt within the rebels' base on Hoth, where I faced the AT-ATs in the snowy fight. The second Death Star shall I here confront, but I know not whether I shall live or die. Still, my life is but little consequence. For though it ever in grave danger be, I know I play a mere supporting part. Unto the greater cause of this rebellion, I am an actor in a drama vast, a witness to the tragedy and hope, the pain, the joy, the sadness, and the fear that ever follow bold rebellion's name. Like thee, I wonder how the tale will end. And who shall I live to see the glorious day when falls the curtain on the Empire's might? Until that day, I shall be on the scene to play my part as pilot, faithful, true, committed to the play that doth play out, determined to help write our final act, to lift our noble cause, even by a wedge.
Lamubioti?
But what dost thou mean? You must be able to detect the shield, whether 'tis up or down.
Nah, to you.
How could the Empire jam our scan unless they knew we were coming? Oh, alas, what awful understanding hath just now broken upon mine unsuspecting mind. I see now we are caught. Breaketh off the attack. The shield is up.
I get no reading, sir. Canst thou be sure?
Pull up, good man, pull up!
Rebels begin to change course and retreat from the Death Star.
Prepare to take evasive action. Heed my words, ye pilots all. Green team, here now. Stay close to Sector MV7 on the map.
Good Admiral, approaching ships. It is the enemy.
Oh, knavery, most vile. Oh, trick of Empire's basest wit. A snare, a ruse, a ploy, and we the fools. What great deception hath been plied today? O rebels, do you hear? Fie, 'tis a trap.
Enter Imperial pilots. They begin to duel with the rebels.
The fighters come upon us.
Woe is me, there are too many. Oh, what shall we do?
Accelerate to full attacking speed. Be sure they'll draw their fire far from the cruisers.
I copy and obey, good leader.
Enter Luke Skywalker, Darth above on balcony, watching the battle as rebels and Imperial pilots exit.
Come, my boy, and see what doth befall thy friends. From here thou shalt bear witness to the end, the final whole destruction of the weak alliance, and rebellion's ruin too. How stir thy feelings now, my apprentice mine?
Torment fills my soul. Shall I take up my lightsaber and so destroy this man? Be still, else by my thoughts I am betrayed.
This lightsaber that resteth by my side, thou dost desire it hotly, dost thou not? The hate doth swell within thee even now, it hath an aura palpable. Take up thy Jedi weapon, use it. I, as thou canst see, am quite unarmed, so strike me down with all thy hatred. Let thine anger stir, each moment thou dost bit more become my slave.
Nay, thou shalt not condemn me to the dark. My father's tragic fate shall not be mine.
'Tis unavoidable. 'Tis destiny. No person ever dodged their final fate, or kept the sands of time from flowing free. Thou shalt not escape the bounds of providence, or trick the whims of fortune's fickle wheel. So hear these words and well believe them, boy. Thou now art mine, just as thy father is. Together we are powerful, we three. When thou art turned, we'll rule the galaxy.
Exit. 5, Scene 1, the Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and several rebels guarded by Imperial troops, commanders, controllers, and multiple AT-ST Imperial walkers.
Thou rebel dog, move quickly, lest thou die. Forsooth, 'twould give me pleasure to destroy thee, and would bring a great reward as well.
This mission, it would seem, hath failed, lest there is yet some unknown force to rescue us.
We must have confidence. All is not lost. E'en in the darkest hour, we may have hope. Experience hath taught me thus. For once, I did lose thee, which was far worse than this.
Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Oh, I say, ye stormtroopers, were searching for me and my mate?
The droid, what is his game? I hope the silly fool knows what he does.
Bring those two to me. I'll not be mocked by droids whilst I have breath.
The stormtroopers rush toward the droids.
They speed to us anon. I say, R2, art thou sure this is a good idea?
Thou soon shalt see, my friend, how well I've considered this idea. For though the furry creatures harmless seem, and though I am a simple speaking droid, together we've a cunning strategy.
Now freeze, ye wayward droids, and do not move.
Most heartily I grant thee my surrender.
The stormtroopers reach the droids. As they begin to take the droids to the other rebels, Ewoks enter from every corner of the stage to fight the Imperial troops. Ewoks blow horn instruments to signal the attack.
What sound is this? The call of horns and fife. The battle hath begun in earnest with a fairer balance of the rival sides. Those noble little creatures have arrived to bear the standard of our worthy cause. What loud commotion hath their coming made? Now arrows fly from their well-aimed bows and hit the mark. The troops fall left and right. Oh, sit thee back no more, Han. Take thy stand. Let courage stir within my smuggler's blood.
Han begins fighting the Imperial troops around him.
Oh, bravely met, good friends. Fight on! Now, Han, we must into the bunker and renew our efforts to make entrance and destroy the shield that still about the Death Star lies. We represent rebellion's greatest hope.
Han and Leia make their way to the bunker, exit Chewbacca, fighting. R2-D2 watches the battle from the other side of the stage.
See how the creatures fight! What skill and wit they use to struggle against their foes. There is one flying through the sky on wings of bark who drops upon the walker his small load. The AT-ST doth not feel the hit. But oh, what daring hath the creature shown! A group doth hold a rope across the path to trip a walker up, yet it is but pulled them all along. They have triumphed too, for they have crushed a walker's cockpit with 2 trunks of trees sent swinging from the vines. Another gang employs large catapults to send vast boulders hurtling through the sky. Still others choose small stones to slay the troops and bash their helmets in with utmost glee. There's one who takes a rock upon a string and tries to fling it toward a trooper's head, but hath instead his own small visage hit. What gallantry of spirit have these beasts! E'en if their efforts sometimes are in vain, they do what I, encased in steel, may not. They put their bodies fully in the fight.
The code into the bunker door hath changed. We need R2.
The terminal is here. If he can make it o'er, this is his means to swiftly open up the closed door.
R2, where art thou? Come to us anon.
Thou goest? Wait, what dost thou mean? I thought thou hadst resolved to remain. But going where? Pray patience, R2. This is not a time for brave heroics. Hither now, return.
The droids move toward Han Solo and Princess Leia.
We come, we come.
I prithee swift.
R2-D2 plugs into the bunker door's control panel.
Hick, good R2, thou art our only hope.
A stormtrooper shoots and hits R2-D2, who is thrown backward, short-circuiting.
R2, wherefore wert thou passing brave?
That plan then shall not be. Mayhap I can still hotwire these controls to open the door.
Good cover shall I give thee while thou workst.
Enter Chewbacca and 2 Ewoks aside, swinging onto the top of an AT-ST Imperial Walker. Chewbacca and the Ewoks land on top of the AT-ST. The AT-ST pilot and co-pilot see an Ewok on the front screen.
Ray, get the beastie off!
The AT-ST co-pilot opens the hatch and is thrown out by Chewbacca. The Ewoks enter the cockpit and subdue the AT-ST pilot.
Ni Mayata, Hiza Hayata, Wiza Gonan, Bayata.
Chewbacca and the Ewoks begin piloting the AT-ST toward the bunker, shooting Imperial troops and destroying other AT-STs as they go.
The wiring have I reckoned, and we shall make entrance to the bunker presently. Aha, 'tis done, and now the door's unlocked. Have I been locked by cords and circuitry? Shall I by wires and cables bested be?
A stormtrooper shoots Princess Leia in the shoulder. Han Solo rushes to her side.
Alack! My love, my heart, my very life. I beg thee, tell me thou art well, and that this wound shall not take what I hold most dear, even thee. Shall this the final moment be? Shall I live all my life in grave regret that never did I tell thee what thou mean'st, or how completely thou hast won me over? A smuggler's heart thou hast with cunning seized, a pirate's soul thou hast by kindness taken. A scoundrel's life thou holdest hostage, Chuck. Thus, though I am by trade a smuggling man, 'tis thou art guilty of a greater crime, for thou dost practice larceny in love.
I almost wish my wound were worse to hear more of thy tender and most soothing words. But truly, Han, I am not badly hurt.
The Imperial troops have all been defeated, except 2 stormtroopers approaching from behind.
Be still.
Oh my.
Move not, or else thou diest.
Princess Leia takes out her blaster discreetly, preparing to shoot.
Oh, I do love thee, Leia, dear.
I know.
Princess Leia shoots both stormtroopers.
Well aimed, my sweet.
Hooray! We now are saved.
The AT-ST piloted by Chewbacca and the Ewoks approaches.
Oh, 'tis unjust. Another fighter yet? This battle fierce we very nearly won, yet now this final vehicle appears. How shall we conquer it and still defeat the too importunate Imperial threat? Shall we have no relief from enemies? Chewie! Blessed sight art thou. I pray come quickly down, for she is wounded. Nay, wait. A keen idea hath come to me. Which shall unto this doorway be our key?
Exit. Scene 2. Space and inside the second Death Star. Enter Lando of Calrissian, Nien Nunb, Admiral Akbar, Wedge Antilles, and other rebel pilots, dueling with Imperial troops in their ships. Enter Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine on balcony, watching the battle below.
Take care, good Wedge. 3 come at thee above.
Red 3, Red 2, I prithee, pull ye in.
I hear thy word and do attend, good sir.
Now 3 approach at 20 by degrees.
Cut to the left, the leader is for me. Toward the frigate medical they fly. O villainy, to make assault upon our injured, nay, they shall not strike us thus.
I fly with thee, good Wedge, they'll not prevail. But wait, what omen vile before mine eyes? The fighters of the Empire are engaged, yet all the Star Destroyers are at rest. It is as though they had lost her page. It is as though some show here is devised and we're the actors in a play of war.
Enter Admiral Piet and Imperial Commander aside.
Well, now hold thee fast and wait.
But sir, does that mean that we shall not make our assault?
This is no plan of my invention, but the edict cometh from the Emperor himself. He hath a special plan afoot. Our role here is but to prevent escape. Hast thou marked well what I have said?
Aye, sir.
Exit Admiral Piet and Imperial Commander.
As thou canst see, my young apprentice, all thy friends have failed. Now for the final blow. Thou shalt bear witness to the strong firepower of this both fully operational and armed battle station. Fire at will, Commander. Let the rebels shriek with pain. Excitement courses through my veins, for I do thrill at bringing others misery.
The Death
Here's
Star
my-
sending beams across the stage and killing several rebel pilots.
Oh, pierce my soul, thou cursed hand of fate! Am I the cause for this most bitter scene? The Death Star active, while my comrades die, and all that I may gaze upon their end. How shall I keep my mind from thoughts most dark? How shall I patient be when faced with this? How shall I not respond to anger's call? How shall I know a Jedi's noble soul? Be with me, trusted Yoda, and dear Ben, forsooth I need you more than ever now.
That blast hath emanated from the Death Star. 'Tis operational. Home One, this is Gold Leader. Hast thou seen the blast?
We did indeed, and our decisions made. All rebel fighters for retreat prepare. Our fleet is not sufficient to withstand the might of this new Death Star's thunderclap.
Thou shalt not have another chance as this to mount attack upon the Empire, sir.
We have no choice, General Calrissian. The vast firepower our ships cannot repel. Betwixt our strength and theirs, too wide's the gap.
But still I trust that Han will soon disarm the shield. We must but give him time enough. His mission is no easier than ours. A thought hath come to me that we may use 'tis dangerous, but may yet worthy prove. All ships move to the Star Destroyers. Engage the giant ships at point-blank range.
At that close range will not last long against a Death Star's harsh and vicious rap.
Yet shall we fare far better than we will if we engage the Death Star. And belike our deaths shall mean their deaths as well. Lay on!
Lando of Calrissian, Nine Nub, Admiral Akbar, Wedge Antilles, and all rebels and Imperial pilots begin to exit as they duel, while Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine watch from
They fleet at last, and thy dear ones upon the Endor moon shall not survive. Indeed, my troops shall make them squeal in agony. There's nothing left for which to fight, and no escape for thee, my young apprentice. Thine alliance shall be destroyed, as shall thy friends. The cry of dying rebels, oh, how sweet. How like a song unto my spirit dark. And now, young one, I feel thine anger rise. I sense thy hatred, which doth stir my blood. I sit here, all defenseless in thy sight. Take up thy weapon now, and strike me down in all thy hate, and then your journey toward the dark side of the Force shall be complete.
This man is pure incarnate evil. Shall he goad me past the point of no return? What else can I do? Shall I remain and weakly watch the death of all I love? Nay, I cannot, for I would rather die than live and know I did not fight for them. I must have courage now, and come what may.
Luke reaches out toward his lightsaber with the Force, drawing it into his hand. He tries to strike the Emperor, but is stopped by Darth Vader's lightsaber.
Thy transformation hath begun. Your steps draw ever closer unto mine.
Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader duel.
Now shall I fight, if fight I must to save my friend so dear.
He is far stronger and more subtly skilled than when we last did meet.
Luke Skywalker kicks Darth Vader off the balcony. Darth Vader stands up below, ready.
'Tis well, apprentice. Thine aggressiveness shall serve thee well. Let all thy hatred flow within thee.
Luke Skywalker turns off his lightsaber.
Obi-Wan hath taught thee well.
Shall not fight thee, father.
Darth Vader climbs the balcony and strikes at Luke Skywalker.
Unwise art thou so to lower thy defenses, boy.
They continue to duel. Luke Skywalker jumps away from Darth Vader.
His nimbleness astounds me. Almost do I wish I did not serve another's will. Imagine what we two could do were I not subject to another's every whim.
Thy thoughts betray thee, father. I can feel the good within thee in the conflict too.
There is no conflict.
Aye, thou couldst not bring thyself to kill me earlier, and I believe thou shalt not hurt me even now.
Thou verily dost underestimate the power of the dark side. If thou wilt not fight, then thou shalt meet thy destiny.
Darth Vader throws his lightsaber toward Luke Skywalker, which hits the balcony where Luke stands. Luke falls. Hide.
It is well. Now, Vader, finish it.
What words shall I employ to find a son, to drive him so to hatred that he shall attempt to strike me down, and then he turned unto the dark side? Oh, is this not strange? Were e'er their words to such a purpose put? Thou canst not hide forever, Luke.
I shall not fight thee.
Give thyself unto the dark side. It is the only way to help thy friends. Oh, what is this I sense within him now? Another secret kept concealed from me. Shall I e'er be the last to know my past? Indeed, thy thoughts betray thee, for thou hast strong feelings for thy friends, especially for one thou dost call sister. Aye, thou hast a sister and a twin. Thy feelings have betrayed her too. 'Twas wise of Obi-Wan to try to hide the girl from me, but now his vast and utter failure is complete.
Oh, Leia, how my thoughts have given thee o'er. Fie, cursed be my weak and changing mind that ere I did let Vader see his thoughts. I wished that he would but as a father see his daughter there, and by her presence might be moved toward a better, nobler path. But now I know he doth but wish to taunt and draw me out by his discovery. Oh, Leia, ever since I first did see thee in the beam from R2's light, I knew we shared a deep connection. Now have I been partner to her cause through many times of hardship, battles won and lost, the joys that come from victory, and all the griefs that flow when friends have perished. With regard to this both noble and fair princess, I have gone from hope of romance to a far more deep and greater form of love. I fain would give my life for her, but oh, that I should here betray her so, even with my weak and simple-minded thoughts, what folly, nay, far more, what horrid, selfish knavery! But how shall he, my father, use this knowledge? Will he attempt to capture her again and lock her in this Death Star as he hath before? Or shall he seek to kill her now, since he doth know she may a threat become?
Belike, boy, thou dost wonder how her fate shall altered be, since I do know of her. Thus pay good heed to thee, I do declare. If thou shalt not turn toward the dark side, mayhap she will.
No thought more evil than whate'er I did or could imagine. Nay!
Luke Skywalker fights Darth Vader passionately.
For Leia shall I strike thee down, thou brute. For Han and all my friends I do attack. For Ben, whom thou did slaughter, sans remorse. And for all thou hast destroyed, I vengeance bring.
Fights Darth Vader and cuts off his hand.
Oh!
Good, my young apprentice. Thy strong hate hath made thee powerful indeed. Fulfill thy destiny and take thy father's place beside me. Strike him down and rule with me.
Luke Skywalker looks at the stump of Darth Vader's hand and at his own gloved hand.
My father's hand, of wires and circuits made, I have in fury severed quite. And here, my hand, of wires and circuits also made. For in another duel, another place, he hath the living one dismembered. It is plain to me what is transpiring here. I do become like him, torn up by hate, more like machine than man, with every scar fulfilling the foul emperor's base will. Shall this obsessed, deranged, and wicked man lead yet another Skywalker unto a path of dark and evil? Shall it be that I become the thing that I despise? Protect me, Jedi ancestors, from such a mangled fate, so hopeless, grim, and bleak. I shall never turn unto the dark. Thy plan hath failed, thy highness. I am Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, just like my brave and noble father.
And so be it, Jedi. Thy proclamations foolish, change not this. I still control thy final destiny. If thou shalt not be turned, then thou shalt be destroyed. Bear witness to the terror and the torment of the dark side of the Force.
Emperor Palpatine strikes Luke Skywalker with lightning that flows through his hands. Luke falls. Darth Vader rises.
Agony!
Young fool, 'tis only now in this thy fine no living moment thou dost comprehend thy folly and my might.
He continues to strike Luke with lightning.
Thy feeble skills are nothing when compared to the power of the dark side. Thou dost pay the rightful price for thy severe and utter lack of vision. Aye, thy debt is due, and I am both thy creditor and thy collector too. What thou hast not repaid with thy belief, I shall exact from thine own flesh. And oh, what joy it brings to charge thee thus, my payment justly earned, to wound thee, hurt thee, break thee, and at last to bring to thee the death that I am owed.
The Emperor continues to assault Luke with lightning.
Oh, Father, please do not stand idly by. Assist me if thou ever mercy knew.
And now, young Skywalker, thou shalt die.
The Emperor gleefully assails Luke with lightning. Luke screams and writhes in pain.
Oh, my Father! Gracious Father, lend me aid. Extend to me the grace, I beg of thee.
This torment is not only his, but mine, as every shriek doth sound within my soul, as though 'twere I who were assaulted here. What feeling's this? My heart hath turned toward the boy. My heart, that center of my soul that I so long have hidden neath the dark and evil deeds that well befit a Sith. But how my heart doth groan, as though it wakes from lengthy sleep. It shakes my spirit, spurs my aging withered body, and doth make me young again. I am a Jedi Knight, by Obi-Wan instructed. Anakin, the name by which my mother calls me now to resurrect my former self. Methinks I feel the Force within me here, not to perform the deeds of evil men, but to release myself from bitter hate and rescue Luke, whose courage I behold. It is the cause, my soul. Be Anakin Skywalker now. Recall the man thou wert and rescue thy dear son.
Darth Vader lifts Emperor Palpatine and throws him down a long shaft, where he is killed amid his lightning and flames.
I'll be back in episode 9 for some reason.
Oh, Father, thou hast saved me from a great woe, and thou hast saved thyself. Now let us go.
Exit. Scene 3. Inside the shield generator bunker on Endor. Space. Inside the second Death Star. Enter Imperial Commander and Imperial troops on left side of stage. Han Solo appears in view screen, dressed as an Imperial AT-ST pilot.
The battle's over, my commander. All the rebels have been routed and absconded unto the forest. Reinforcements are required to aid us in our quick pursuit.
Hurrah! 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 Yay!
Send out 3 squads to bring them help. Pray, open up the back door speedily. What joy, the rebels know defeat today, and will rejoice to bear the news unto our officer superior. Go, now!
Imperial troops open the back door and are met by Ewoks and rebels, who disarm them.
A cunning line, and you are quite the catch. Deceived by rebels playing Empire's part. We dangled all your hopes for victory as bait to draw you in and hold you fast. And now we take the bunker in our care. Let fall your weapons, else I shall release your lives unto these creatures' fearsome power. Perchance they seem not vicious, yet they have what thou canst never know, fierce bravery.
Enter Princess Leia and Chewbacca, joined by Han Solo, into the bunker. The Imperial troops remain guarded by the rebels at the back door.
This bunker shall anon destroyed be, and then our friends may strike their final blow.
Indeed. Pray, give to me another charge. We shall fulfill this task with perfect skill and leave no charge unused.
'Tis set. Now let us fly, else we shall bear the blast.
Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca run from the bunker, which explodes. Enter Lando of Calrissian and other rebel pilots on the right side of the stage, dueling with Imperial troops in their ships. Admiral Piet and Imperial Controller are aside, inside the Death Star.
'Tis done. The Endor crew hath triumphed yet. The shield is down. Upon the Death Star's main reactor let us fly anon. Then shall we reach the core and give it quite a zap.
We fly with haste. Red group, gold group, form up and follow me. Today, rebellion shall have reason to exult. Our enemies shall soon be vanquished. Oh, what triumph shall be ours when this great Death Star its own death doth undergo. 3 things shall be achieved thereby. The first shall be a victory for our rebellion. All the fervent hopes of these past years attained in one swift stroke. The second benefit of Death Star's end is freedom and security for all within the galaxy. No more oppressed by evil tyrants. People shall once more be free to dwell in possibility. And finally, the third result of this great Death Star's fall shall be the rising up of all whose past concealed some awful guilt, some aspect of their lives that brings regret. I speak of my own past, you all know well. How I betrayed my friend when the Empire forced my hand, and e'en that friend, good hand, hath through the rebellion's cause found purpose he had never imagined. In this battle, we fight not to merely terminate an enemy. Full many of us rebels seek the bliss, the balm and healing of redemption's touch. So let it be, my noble comrades all. Fight now for the rebellion, fight for all who dwell within our galaxy, and fight most ardently indeed for our own souls. Thus shall we raise those who by empires might have died. And forth from their celestial graves shall they ascend with a rebel's voice, cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war.
Well spoken. I fly in for rebels' gain.
Nitiati.
We fly with thee, good Wedge, inside the station toward the centermost TIE fighters. Follow us adroitly in. Mark well how they come behind anon. We must outrun them even as we approach. The place we shall strike the Death Star's core.
Form up, good lads, and stay alert. We could, within this tiny shaft, lose space with haste.
This passage is a narrow path indeed. If we can but maneuver cunningly, we shall escape the Death Star with our lives, and what is more, our hopeful victory. I prithee, pilots all, attend my words. Lock all thy weapons to the largest source of power, which should be the generator.
An Imperial pilot strikes Rebel pilot number 1.
Alas, friends, I am hit and go to die!
Rebel pilot 1 dies.
I would not lose one more pilot who under my command doth fly herein. Pray heed all, separate by different paths and fly toward the surface. See if you can draw the few TIE fighters thither too. This shall the surest hope for our success against the Death Star and its minions.
Aye, thou speakest well, Gold Leader. Will obey.
The rebels inside the Death Star separate. Some exit, pursued by Imperial troops, leaving only Lando, Nine Nub, and Wedge Antilles inside the shaft.
Ah!
The Millennium Falcon scrapes the wall of the Death Star shaft.
Pardon, Han. I did say not a scratch, but did in this tense moment break that vow. My bad, bro. Yet thou and I both know it could be worse. Our Falcon hath shown scrapes in times now past, still hath brush was far too close. So shall I try to take more care with thy borrowed wings.
Our fighters must be given yet more time. The victory is here within our reach. Thus, concentrate thy power onto the main and give the Empire much o'er which to fret. Within a fiery blaze of weaponry, let us, the Superstar Destroyer, wrap.
The rebels outside the Death Star fire on the Superstar Destroyer. Admiral Piet and the Imperial Controller are shaken.
Alas, sir, our deflector shield is lost.
Intensify the forward batteries. Let nothing break the bounds. Intensify as well the forward firing power.
Nay, too late it is. We die, sir. Oh, we die.
The Super Star Destroyer runs into the Death Star, and Admiral Piet and the Imperial Controller are killed. Enter Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on balcony inside the Death Star.
Luke, I prithee render thy support and help me take this mask off.
If I do, dear father, thou shalt surely meet thy death.
Aye, naught shall stop that now, my son. Just once let me look on thee with mine own eyes, Luke. These eyes that missed your newly newborn face. These eyes that did not see your budding youth. These eyes that were not there to see you grow. These eyes that saw thee not when thou wert trained. I prithee, let these eyes see thee now at last. 'Twill be a fitting prelude to my death.
My father, thou dost break my heart in twain. Behold, for thou shalt see thy son indeed.
Luke Skywalker removes Darth Vader's mask to reveal Anakin Skywalker.
My misting eyes are nothing like my son's. Thou art so beautiful to me. How strong thy features with thy mother's gentle face. A man thou art, and every part my son. I never have been prouder all my life. These final moments are pure gift. Now go, and take thy leave ere this place is destroyed.
Nay, thou shalt come with me. I shall not desert thee, but shall save thee yet.
O Luke, thou hast already done. Thou knewest right. Thou knewest what I was, for still there was some good within me, aching to be free. Tell thy sweet sister this, that thou wert right.
Anakin Skywalker dies.
Father, fare thee well where'er thou goest, and flights of Jedi sing thee to thy rest.
Exit Luke Skywalker, dragging Anakin Skywalker's body.
Good General Calrissian, the core we now have reached. 'Tis here within my sight.
I see it too, Wedge. Let us strike it down. Approach the power regulator there upon the northern tower. Let it burn.
I hear and do obey, Gold Leader. Soon it shall be done. And then I exit quick.
Light up, you vicious beast of evil bent. You sick creation of humanity's most wretched and deprived. Lost my page again. That's fantastic. You sick creation of humanity's most wretched and deprived sense of right. Since you could not inspire love, you caused fear. Oh, that a people e'er should such a harsh and treacherous weapon like this create. For who would make a thing whose only point is to destroy and murder, maim and kill? What beings would produce such wickedness as this? An instrument of pain and death? Thus I do strike at you with vengeance in the name of those who have no voice to speak. Farewell, you death, you star of death, be thou no more.
Wedge Antilles and Lando of Calrissian fire at the Death Star's power generator.
'Tis done, and now we make our great escape. Make ready, Admiral, for it shall blow.
Move all the fleet hence from the Death Star, else our ships may from the grand explosion take a mighty slap.
The Death Star explodes. Exit Lando Calrissian, Nine Nub, Wedge Antilles, Admiral Akbar, and other rebels from the space battle. The rebel crew on Endor looks to the sky to see the explosion.
Hooray! They did it!
Behold and all rejoice, the deed is done. Yet Be ye still my tongue for what of Luke? Certain I am that Luke was not inside when it did perish.
Truly, he was not, for I can sense he safely doth abide.
Oh, shall the love I've shown thus come to naught? Her heart doth move toward good Luke, my friend. Thus shall I play the noble part and stay aside whilst their hearts meet, though in the end it shall undo me. Thou dost love him, say.
Be sure I love him.
Thus I ascertained and do respect. Good lady, do not fear. When he returns, you may be unrestrained. The two of you have my consent sincere.
Ah, nay, nay, 'tis not as thou think, good Ham. Let not thy visions run amok with thee, but hear these words that must fall strangely on thine ears. He is my brother. Dost thou see?
Enter Wicket.
Yuba, he's a brother. Use a luva. Yuba.
Han Solo rises, singing and dancing.
O revelation kind, my heart doth swell, merrily my feet do trip. My Leia's mine, and I am hers as well. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey. Though Leia and myself did fear the worst, merrily my feet do trip. Good Luke is safe from Death Star's mighty burst. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey. We all are safe from that dire threat above. Merrily my feet do trip. Thus end our wars with thoughts of blissful love. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey. Our rebel crew hath won the victory. Merrily my feet do trip. Thus sing together worthy company. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey.
Exit. Scene 4. The Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Luke Skywalker with the body of Anakin Skywalker.
The funeral pyre shall light my father's way to glory out beyond the galaxy. His final journey shall not be by ship, but by the smoke that lifts into the air. Rise up, my father. Take thy closing flight. Rise up, my father. Stretch toward the sun. Rise up, my father, man of tragedy. Rise up, my father, rise and thus be free. Now is my heart full heavy, burdened with such muddled thoughts that strain my very soul. Thinks I should be happy, I should rejoice at our sure victory, the empire crushed, yet how can I make merry when the man I hardly knew, the father I wished for years to meet, has come and gone like wind? Trick of fortune, cruel-minded fate, wherefore mock at all my hope, my life? Am I a simple pawn with which thou play'st, or hast thou e'er a purpose had for me? But stop down thy tongue, Luke, thou art misled. Aye, even as I rant, I see my fault. For why should I blame fate for thievery, when it was fate indeed that did decree that I would meet my father, that we two would reunite with joy ere he died? Shall I not thank the blessed fate that knit this fascinating cord of life for me? I have seen the stars, in space, in battles too, and I've had adventures grand with noble friends, and at the last have met my father. Nay, not only met, but witnessed his rebirth. And therefore I declare with gratitude that I do thank the fate that brought me here, even to this tragic pyre on which he's laid. Nor this is sure. Whate'er befall me now, I am a better man for having known the one whose name I bear. Anakin.
Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Lando of Calrissian, Wedge Antilles, Admiral Akbar, other rebels, and Ewoks celebrating. The rebels meet with joy to celebrate. Their singing and their music fill the air. The Empire is defeated in its hate, and now rebellion takes its respite rare. Jedi Luke looks up and sees three men. Their countenances shine in bluish light. 'Tis Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin, who come in from the grave to share this night. All who did fight together come as one, and give unto each other their embrace. O'er this scene merry falls the setting sun. Not till this day shall they the future face.
Our mouths with mirth and laughter raise it in. Our feet with glee and triumph stomp the ground. Our bodies are awake and full of life. Our souls are healed from Empire's treachery.
New hope did guide our first adventures, aye, until the Empire harshly struck us back. But then our noble Jedi hath returned, and all ensured our victory was won.
We stop, even as our epic play doth end, to thank thee for thy gracious company. Our Star Wars now are ended for a time. The song of peace bursts forth in perfect rhyme.
All freeze as R2-D2 takes center stage.
Even thus, our tale is finished. Pardon if your hopes diminished, for if you did not find the sequel satisfying, if unequal our keen play is unto others, do not pardon anger, brothers. Ears attend, I know, surprises, visions of all shapes and sizes. In some other times and places, it may be rebellion faces, certain dangers that may sever our strong bonds that held us ever. Mayhaps something compromising, even like an empire rising. Thus present I our conclusion, hint of fate, or fool's illusion.
Trilogy is done.
Nailed it.
Great job, you guys. Oh my god, like it has been seriously just a pleasure to see. I mean, I've said this before, but we don't rehearse this. So anytime people do things,
you know,
like the Darth Vader Yule log that just came up earlier, again, the Sean Connery Admiral Akbar impression, or the variety of accents that Trent has done with different characters throughout the run. And then, you know, the ad lib of Emperor Palpatine being in episode 9, which, Matt, spoilers, come on, you can't do that to people.
The world is not missing much for episode 9, trust me.
I haven't seen it yet.
Shots fired.
I'm fucking mad.
It's just been like seriously a huge pleasure to see all the different things that you guys have thrown at this. I mean, I think that it's evolved so much since we started doing this, and it's just become even more fun for us, and I hope for all of you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we're going to be taking a brief break from Star Wars, because next week we will be doing the Shakespearean interpretation titled Much Ado About Mean Girls. So all of those quotes that immediately just popped to mind, we are thrilled to be able to find out what their Shakespearean versions are. And the bonus to all of this is that we read on Wednesdays, and on Wednesdays we wear pink.
We wear pink.
So make
Okay.
sure that, you're appropriately attired for the next reading. But after Much Ado About Mean Girls, we will be continuing our Star Wars journey by going back and following the prequels. So we do have more Star Wars in store, but if you like Mean Girls, then please subscribe and follow us along for that reading. And then Star Wars will continue after that. Thank you to all of you guys for agreeing to do this. It's been a joy and a pleasure, and I know we will continue to do this moving forward, so it's not like this is goodbye. You guys are all amazing. You know that. Joe, thank you once again for providing some musical accompaniment to all of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Adds that extra dimension that just makes it so amazing. So I appreciate you so much. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in once again. We will be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Much Ado About Mean Girls. But until then, stay safe out there. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.